So the topic today is about over-the-counter diet supplements, and then I'll dive into a little bit about prescriptions. And then, of course, I'll have something with mindset at the end because I like mindset. But let's dive into the over-the-counter products. First of all, I'm not here to talk about every product that's out there or bash any product that's out there. I just am here to say, let's be the educated consumer, let's be the educated patient, and then you can make the choice based on the information that you have. So when you look at the over-the-counter products, they are there everywhere, right? You can walk into the supermarket, you can walk into a Target, a Walmart, you can look on Amazon, you can even be scrolling on social media, just scrolling on the internet, an ad will pop up. And I think the main point to drive home here is that none of these supplements, they're considered dietary supplements, so they're not really regulated very well, not as strictly as our prescription items are by the FDA. Those have to have some type of proof behind them. They've had studies behind them. They've had post-studies behind them. We know that they work. When you look at the over-the-counter products, they can claim whatever they want. And I think that it's quite funny if you listen to some of the TV commercials, you'll see results not typical. It'll usually be in a little asterisk down at the bottom, results not typical in combination with a diet and exercise program. So that right there is a red flag. What was it? Was it the diet and exercise program or was it the pill? That's up for you to decide. The other thing that should be a red flag when you walk down these aisles is when it tells you you're going to lose fat in a specific area. As far as I know, we haven't figured that out quite yet. And heck, I mean, even if you're just changing your habits, your dietary lifestyle with just habits and exercise, you can't say, today I'm going to lose my fat in X part of my body. It just doesn't work that way. That's just not how it works. So when it comes down to it, my point to drive home here is the diet industry is worth billions of dollars. They want your money. How do they get their money? Let's ask Coach Chelsea. Is it marketing? Because I think that's what it is. So just be educated on there. Take the product up, flip it over, and look and see what's in it. After I got off work last night, I just perused a couple of them. A lot of them it's just a multivitamin, especially the ones that'll say like non-caffeinated. So just pay attention to that. Just like we flip over our food to look at the macros, flip over the supplement, see what's in it. If you're in a store that has a pharmacist, go up to the counter and ask. Say, what's in this? Is it worth it? That's what we're there for. That's what we went to school for. We would love to talk to you guys about that. So in terms of prescription items, those are going to be more regulated. There's several out there that have been proved. They're appetite suppressants. There's some out there now that have been out on the market for a different indication, but now off-label use, we have found that they cause some weight loss, so that can be beneficial. I'm not here to go through all of those. I think that's a discussion that you need to have with your physician one-on-one based on your risk factors, your other disease states, and if that's appropriate or not for you. I will tell you that the appetite suppressants, several of them have been pulled off the market just because of the cardiovascular side effects that you can have with that. So that, again, is something that you need to speak to your physician about and see if that's really appropriate for you. It's not a lifetime fix. It's not something you stay on for an extreme amount of time. But I think the point that I would drive home with this, and I'll be completely honest, when Nathan, my second, was born, I did try some of the appetite suppressants. I went to my physician. We tried it for 3 or 4 months. And I'll be honest, it works. It does. You're not hungry. You lose weight. But the key point I'm trying to drive home is because I stopped it and I gained all the weight back plus some, was that I didn't change my habits. So just like if you can relate it to like MyFitnessPal is a tool, right? It's a tool that we use to see if we're on track in hitting our numbers or what have you, or keeping us in rein with what we're eating. So is the pill. It is a tool. And if you use that tool properly and you're changing your habits and your lifestyle habits as you go, then when that pill's taken away, we've got those good, healthy habits in place, and then things become sustainable. So I think that's something that is really important. And the main point that I want to drive home is that yes, the prescription items will work, but you need to do that with consistency, and changing your lifestyle habits and what you're eating is very important. And then with the over-the-counters, I'm sorry, it's marketing. It really is, and I'm just going to take your money. Not me, but the store is just going to take your money. And 9 times out of 10, if you ask a pharmacist that, that's what they're going to tell you. So I guess to wrap it up, I would just say that if you are thinking about going to the prescription items, to really sit down and talk to your physician about it. Yes, we think appetite suppressants are good and they do work, but there's also a scary side to that. Some people can take that to the extreme and then they're not eating anything. When we take that to the extreme, and I'm talking, less than 500 calories, 500, 700 calories a day, that's not healthy. That's not how we were meant to live. And so when you take that pill away and then you start eating again, unfortunately, you have reset your metabolism so low, your body said, okay, we're not getting food. We have got to sustain this at the 500 calories. And then you stop and you go back to what you were eating, you're going to gain weight because you probably didn't step up slowly in a reverse diet. So then you're going to gain more weight. Your metabolism set low and you've just added a bunch of calories. So that's something to kind of watch out for with those. It's a fine balance, and that's why having a nutrition coach and working with your physician, if you are choosing to do that, is just a good idea. It's just a fine balance. The body always wants to be in homeostasis, right? We always want everything balanced. So that's my drive home point. As far as mindset, I'm not a breathe it through, write it out type of person, never was. Until I started this journey. And I think that the most important thing I did, and I didn't realize it until probably after Chelsea and I published Fat to Fit, and I did it from the very beginning, and I don't even know what caused me to do it, but every time I would get a win, I would type it out on my phone. And I really think that that's where your motivation comes from, is if you really sit down and write your wins out, and I don't care, you can journal it, you can put it on your refrigerator, you can write it out, but writing it out or even saying it to someone out loud, that's a win. That does something in your brain, says, oh, hey, we're making progress. And what happens when we're making progress? We want to see more progress. We want to take more action. And that's where the motivation is, what I don't like that word because I don't think everyone's motivated all the time, but that's where progress keeps going. That's why they say any type of progress is progress. That's why you hear a lot of the coaches here will always say 1% better every day, right? So that would be my drive home point, is to tally up your wins. And as you tally them up, you're going to make more action. You're going to get the results. So that's all I've got today. Didn't want to take up too much of your time. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. If anyone's interested in one-on-one coaching, I believe everyone has spots open. We also have macros only, which if you just want us to set the macros and then you've got it from there. If you want a little bit more education on just like you don't understand what macros are or how it works, we've got Macros Plus. So just give us a shout out either on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email us at newdnation@gmail.com. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. And if anybody's got any questions, I'll check later on this evening and I can shoot them back to you. Hope you guys have a great day. Adios.